I hate small talk. I just want to know your dreams, your feelings, your goals. I just want to get to the depths of your soul, bro. I don't care about how your weekend was. Hey guys! Basically, I've forgotten how to intro a video. I used to say yo, but then I was just like, I can't pull it off. I really can't. So I'm just gonna say, I don't know. I actually don't know. This is so hard. But hello, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you've been before. So today I'm talking about comparison, and it is really funny because, well, it's not that funny. It's just funny to me because 2 times on Instagram I've seen someone talk about it. So I filmed this first on Monday, but it was like half an hour and I was like, don't really want to edit that. And also I was just waffling like the whole thing. Sorry, I promise I don't have corona. And then basically the next day I saw someone I follow at school on their Instagram, they were talking about it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that's such a strange coincidence. And then today on the bus, I was scrolling through Instagram and I follow this guy. What did the caption say? It was like, don't let your food go cold while you're looking at someone else's plate. And it's the lyric from one of my favourite artists, Andy Mineo's songs called Celebrate More. In that caption as well, he just put comparison, I can't talk today. Comparison kills contentment. And I was like, dang, why is everybody's talking about comparison? Maybe it's because I filmed that video that I was like noticing, or I don't know, it was just a bit like, this is weird, like everyone's talking about it when I'm making a video. It's kind of cool. So I guess I'll just get into it. I need a little bit of a backstory because sorry, I'm just looking at my fringe. Have you noticed I've got a fringe, by the way? I've got a fringe. Yay! My fringe is back. I just love it. Like, look how cute it is. What I was saying was, what set this video off was on Monday or Sunday, someday, I was watching a video of this girl I know, and her YouTube channel was amazing. I was just looking at her channel and I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't do that. I can't live up to that. And why am I so like not as popular? Why is it because I just don't have as many friends and she has loads of friends who watches them? Is it because I ramble too much on my videos? Is it because I'm not as engaging as her? What? You just kind of get into that spiral, don't you? Oh my gosh, blah, 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 until you keep going down, and it's not great. You hear a lot, don't compare yourself to others. Say at school, your grades and stuff like that, the teachers are like, don't compare your results to others. It's like, yeah, sure. You still do it, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of human. Is comparison good though, or is it bad? Because in life you're always measured up against other people, really. Let me give an example. With GCSEs, you've got to do better than everyone else in order to get your desired grades. So one of the negatives obviously of comparing yourself to others is you talk yourself out of doing something. Like with YouTube, I was looking at this girl and I was like, oh my gosh, I just can't live up to that, so I'm just not gonna carry on. You know what, just saying this out loud just makes me realise how stupid it is. Why should I stop just because she's better than me? Like, there are millions of people out there who are better than me on YouTube and hundreds of people who are worse than me. In reference to that Andy Mineo quote, I think it is a really good one because it's like, don't let your food get cold while you're looking at someone else's plate. And it reminded me of like, so when I was little, I was a really good sprinter. I'd always get either first or second, but there was always this girl who, whenever I raced against her, she would always beat me by a few seconds. I remember one time before a race, I was feeling pretty nervous and my dad said to me, he was like, just keep in your lane, like don't look over at her lane, because if she's looking this way, right, if she's looking towards the finish line and you're looking at her and you're, you know, comparing yourself to her, then who's gonna go there faster. In the end, she did actually win the race. But I think that's pretty good life advice. Like, just keep in your lane. Like, just keep focused on your personal goals and your ambitions and your dreams. Like, you don't need to measure yourself up against someone else. Another thing about comparison is it's really stupid and pointless in things that you can't change. Like, I can't change the fact that I was born with this face, right? I mean, I can do a load of work to it, but you know, that's a different point. I can't change the fact that I was born with this bone structure and this nose and these eyes and this mouth. So comparing myself against someone who is like stunning, who's a model, and being like, oh my gosh, I'm so ugly, no one's ever gonna love me, and oh my gosh, like, stupid. Like, I do it all the time as well, and it's just like a pointless exercise. It doesn't get you anywhere, it doesn't help you grow, it doesn't do anything for you by looking at someone else and being like, oh my gosh, she's so much prettier than me. And I think the same goes for like semi-permanent things, so stuff like relationship status as well. Are you single right now? That sounds like me trying to chat you up. You single? I'm single, yes, but I can't really change that right now. Like, unless I go outside and like ask out the first boy I see, then it's not really something I can immediately change. And no one really obviously actively seeks out a relationship like that. Generally, you wait for it to, I don't know, come to you sort of thing. Like, you just don't force a relationship, so why compare yourself to someone else? So like, quite a few of my friends are in relationships, and it's just like, ugh. And every time I look at them and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so jealous, oh my gosh, you know, why aren't I in a relationship? What is wrong with me? Oh my gosh, is it because I just can't have a conversation? I can have conversations. I'm just so awkward. Like, I love talking to people, I just don't like starting a conversation, okay? I can compare myself to my friends and be like, oh my gosh, it's because I can't start conversations with boys. Oh, why is that? Like, oh my gosh, I'm just not as pretty, or just, you can get into the whole thing, can't you? And it's just like, no, it's not that, it's just the right person. I don't know if I like agree with that fully, because you can make a relationship work with anyone, but more on that another time. The right person to come around, like, that's just not happened yet, out of my control. Yeah, so they're basically the negatives, I guess, and that's why people are like, don't compare yourself to others, like, just keep doing what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. But obviously there are positives to comparison. For example, drives you to get better. So I don't know if I mentioned in another video, but I've started road cycling because so on Sunday I went on this charity ride. It was like 30 miles. The night before I was like, you know, I don't know if I can do it, like, it's like a long way, like, but I went the next day. I did it with my dad and my little brother anyway, and I was getting going, I was fine. There were a couple hills, oh, I could not do that. I could not do that. I was so slow. But I constantly, in my head, I was comparing myself to everyone there, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so slow. Like, I just want to be better. Like, I want to be going fast. Like, I want to do that. Like, I don't want to just be here and be slow. Like, I don't want to be known as the slow one. Like, I want to get better. And that was because I was comparing myself. I was like, I'm rubbish and I want to get better. Not saying I'm all secure, but unless you are secure enough about yourself, you can't compare yourself with someone without feeling like dejected. Do you get what I mean? Someone better than you, that is. Not someone worse than you, because then that just inflates your ego. Because I'm not really insecure about my biking abilities, when comparing myself to the other bikers, I was just like, it's fine, like, I'm not as good as them, but it made me come away and be like, wow, I do want to get better. But anyway, yeah, it comes from a place of security. Not saying I have all the kinks worked out, I really don't, but if you're secure in your looks, you can look at someone who's prettier than you and be like, oh wow, you know, kudos for her. but I'm happy with myself. The same goes for anything. If you are really secure in how you're progressing for GCSEs, then when you're looking at someone who's getting all 9s just right now, just bang, 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 if you're secure enough, you'll be like, oh, but it's okay because I'm making my own progress and I'm doing what works for me and blah, 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 blah. But when it comes from a place of insecurity, where it's like when looking at this other girl and being like, well, I just shouldn't carry on with YouTube, that's exposing my insecurities. So obviously we all have insecurities and certain stuff means different things to us. So really you got to just work that out and just get over it simply. Like, I just need to get over the YouTube thing. Like, I'm not gonna be the best at everything all the time. I can simultaneously work on myself and work on my channel whilst applauding people who are better than me. But I haven't even worked that out yet, so don't worry if you've got stuff that you just can't deal with. It's okay. Like, I'm insecure about that. I admit it. I need to work on it, full stop. No comparison equals no growth. Obviously you've got to approach that with caution though. Like, it's not as clean cut as no comparison, no growth. It depends what you do with that comparison. Are you looking at someone else and just feeling more dejected? Well, then you're insecure about that. But then if you're looking at someone else and feeling, you know, I might try to get a bit better at that, like I want to be a bit better at that, then you're in the right place and you're in the healthy place and you're doing the right thing. So just work at it, acknowledge and understand that there are always going to be people that are better than you. You aren't going to be the best in every field. You probably know this already. And finally, I just want to leave it on the point of you are individual with an individual purpose, with individual desires, with individual goals. So obviously your methods, your life are not going to look the same as someone else's. But you can take stuff from other people's life and be like, you know what? I like that. I'm going to adopt that. I like that you're good at biking. I'm going to adopt that into my life. I'm going to start forming habits that make me better at that. So yeah, it just all depends on your perspective. So there are positives, there are negatives, but ultimately it's just what you do with that, what you do with the comparison. That is the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it so much. Like, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, por favor. I really appreciate it. Like, honestly, doesn't take much for you to I can't talk today. This is why you subscribe. This is the glorious content you're getting. But it makes me smile, makes me happy, and you know, it's really easy to just subscribe. Boop. I upload every Friday, so make sure you check back then. God is good. Y'all are great. Jesus loves y'all. Beautiful people. Peace out.